Maybe to start, what's the purpose of a deposition versus taking someone on the witness stand?
I guess high level, before you get to trial, you have this process in litigation called discovery.
Yep.
So there are basically two types of discovery. There's written discovery, and then you have depositions.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to taking somebody's deposition, you're trying to figure out what they are likely to say if this did go to trial and what they know. You could also use this as an opportunity to potentially find other witnesses. Anytime you're doing discovery, you're essentially trying to figure out what the underlying facts of the case are. Yeah. Oftentimes, the opposing side in a lawsuit has more ready access to that information than the party suing them. And so a deposition is just a great way to unearth some of those facts.
That makes sense. So it's fact finding, right?
You're in the middle of finding. Somebody's giving their sworn testimony about, what happened, and a lawyer's going to ask them questions similar to what we saw in this situation.
One of the things that I thought was kind of interesting is the firm's GC was the one sitting there next to the person being deposed. What did you think about that?
Yeah, so we had a potential conflict of interest here. Right. We've addressed this before, but the general counsel for a company represents the company, not individual actors or employees of the company.
Yeah.
So potentially a big conflict issue. Lewis didn't miss the chance to take a jab at the GC saying, you're typically pushing paper, which of course isn't a fair characterization. But in all likelihood, the general counsel wouldn't necessarily be a seasoned litigator.
Yeah.
Their job is to, have this 30,000 foot view of, the legal issues at the company and then contract with the appropriate parties for that matter. So they'd be hiring outside counsel the vast majority of the time. And the even bigger issue is the potential conflict here.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, a 9-figure liability potentially, there are going to be 12 lawyers in that room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lawyer who's incredibly well versed in financial crime.
Yep.
And there's going to be, for a matter this big, there's going to be a seasoned trial lawyer in the room.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the way this deposition played out?
I mean, it was super aggressive. And Lewis was trying to, this is maybe a theme, break the witness.
Attack dog.
Yeah, he was going full force. I mean, look, different strategies have different outcomes, and maybe this was a reasonable strategy under the circumstances. It didn't seem to be.
Yeah. And I'll jump in here and say Lewis directly mentioned this at one point in the episode, at a different point in the episode, but he was like, there are kind of two ways to get results.
Carrot or
a stick.
Yeah.
And I'm a stick kind of guy.
And until immediately after the stick doesn't work, and then he puts his tail between us like, okay, carrot. Yeah, he definitely has a personality, which is like, there's no boldness there. He's just a attack dog until like it's not working.
But he seemed incredibly competent and capable, which is something I always love to see out of Lewis, who's the heel, but capable. But
capable heel. What do you think about the fact that he's trying to claim that he wanted to claim that he killed the guy?
So because this is purely fictional, I'm going to lean into the absurdity of it. And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too. I mean, you definitely don't want to take any liability for killing somebody.
He wanted the reputation. He's like, well, would it be all right if I told people?
And then he told people.
So ridiculous. How about the part where the guy asks for water and he says, we don't have any water here. No water for you.
Yeah, he's gonna
cutthroat.
He's taking it to you, man.
The deposition, they're trying to figure out what the second in command here knows about the potential embezzlement.
They think he's actively involved in the embezzlement, or maybe they don't think he's actively involved. It's kind of hard to tell, but they think he knows.
They think he knows what's going on at the very least. As we see sometimes in the show, there's a bit of a blurring of the civil cause of action and the criminal cause of action. We see a tactic that is commonly portrayed on shows whenever it comes to criminal matters and is largely based in reality, where they try and get, you hear about somebody turning state's witness.
Yes, totally.
So they're trying to kind of flip him here.